Is it really worth leaving a padlock on a bridge railing and tossing away the key into the water for the sake of love? See, I was a freshman in university 10 years ago when I noticed this bridge right outside of campus that spans the Rideau Canal in Ottawa. Its bridge railing filled with hundreds of padlocks each with a pair of names on it, a date, maybe even heart as well, and that's pretty much it. I had no idea what that meant at the time, and I certainly didn't know what love really means in my late teens. I had a great time in prom a few months prior, but I never had a prom date because I was too scared to reach out, fearing that I would be rejected. Each of those padlocks, each of those love locks I see makes a clunking sound every time I touch them. Their dark brown texture gives me the impression of dark soil on Mars. And looking over the water, I couldn't help but see all the padlock keys resting on the bottom of the canal, turning the turquoise water upstream into dark brown water downstream. Such overwhelming rust, I remarked. But will those love locks actually keep your relationship together till time ends? After all, there's no physical connection between that padlock and your relationship. My parents didn't put a love lock on a bridge at all, but even then, that wouldn't have prevented their breakup, after all. I was raised by a single parent, a hardworking mom, but that other parent never showed us any love. He treated us with abuse, yelling, and cheating. A parent who I now call my former biological father. I finally had the courage to kick him out of the house for good, but it would still take me years to heal from all of that. A love lock is supposedly symbolic of a healthy relationship, but it is no more than a chunky rusted piece of metal once that relationship turns sour. After my graduation, I visited that bridge once more time. Even more love locks were added, turning the railing completely opaque, and the smell of rust so overwhelming I could smell it a mile away in Parliament Hill. And only time can tell. Only time will tell when the weight of those love locks will send the bridge crashing into the water and taking all these poor people down into the black water that's filled with rust down below. Is love really worth all these rusted pieces of metal? Is love really worth all this environmental destruction? Well, I'll tell you this. If you're so incapable of loving our planet, then maybe you're totally incapable of loving another human being. Because I'll tell you this, a love lock is no more than a chunky piece of rusted metal with some faded remains of your names on it, and totally, utterly incapable of preventing a breakup. Love yourself, love our planet, before it is too late.